Want to get this briefing by email? Here's the sign up. Good evening. Here's the latest. Patrick Sisson, Associated Press. 1. President Trump announced that he was directing the Department of Health and Human Services to declare the opioid crisis a public health emergency. That's one step short of a national emergency, but administration officials said they had taken the best course of action to address the crisis. In a speech at the White House attended by families affected by opioid abuse, Mr. Trump said that, in addition to measures to combat addiction, he would push a new initiative to develop non-addictive painkillers. Above, oxycodone pills, blank. Michelle Gustafson for The New York Times. 2. The House of Representatives narrowly cleared a budget blueprint that will allow a tax overhaul bill, which could cut taxes by as much as $1.5 trillion, to pass Congress without any Democratic votes. Representatives from high-tax states like New York, New Jersey and California protested, worried that the blueprint will doom deductions for state and local taxes. Tax reform is good for the country, it's just not good for the country when it's on the back of 6 states, said Representative Tom MacArthur, above in May, a New Jersey Republican. Today on our podcast The Daily, we discuss the unrest inside the Republican Party, blank. 3. A trove of federal records about the assassination of John F. Kennedy are due to be released this evening, under a law passed in 1992 after the Oliver Stone movie JFK stoked interest in Kennedy-related conspiracies. But President Trump agreed to postpone the release of thousands more documents pending a review that should end by April 26 because of concerns raised by intelligence officials. Here's a cheat sheet on the key figures and theories. We'll have live coverage once we get the documents, blank. Syrian presidency, via Associated Press. 4. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson said that President Bashar al-Assad of Syria must go. The comments came after Mr. Tillerson met in Geneva with the UN Special Envoy on the Syrian crisis, the last stop on a week-long visit focused on the Middle East and South Asia. He said the U.S. wanted a whole and unified Syria not led by Mr. Assad, above in June, but did not elaborate on how that might come about, blank. Eric Paddock, via Associated Press. 5. A forensic neuropathologist will look for abnormalities in the remains of the brain of the Las Vegas gunman, Stephen Paddock. In a series of interviews, the first he has given on the case, Dr. Hannes Vogel of Stanford University explained the process but noted that his findings might do more to end speculation about a brain abnormality than explain Mr. Paddock's act. Using the latest techniques in digital forensics, we pieced together videos taken at the scene to map how the attack unfolded, blank. Frederick Lerner, Agence France-Presse, Getty Images. 6. Kenyans cast ballots in the second presidential election in nearly 3 months. The first was nullified by the country's Supreme Court, which cited irregularities. The incumbent, Uhuru Kenyatta, is expected to win re-election after his main challenger, Raila Odinga, accused him of fraud and dropped out. The voting was marred by clashes that turned deadly in some areas, blank. Bikram Singh, The New York Times. 7. Hundreds of thousands of Indian farmers have killed themselves in the past 30 years, and some researchers believe climate change is driving their actions. We went to one district in southern India that is getting so hot, it's nearly uninhabitable, and there's far less rain than usual. In our video slideshow, we explore the one pressing question that everyone was facing: should they try to eke out an existence there or simply leave to us? The field is God, said one widow. I'm not angry with the land. I'm only angry with my husband, blank. El Sajati Images. 8. With a heavy heart, I come to you because the Yankees have decided not to bring me back. Joe Girardi's email made it official he's out as manager of the Yankees, less than a week after the team lost to the Astros in Game 7 of the American League Division Series. He had held the job for a decade, and led the team to a World Series victory in 2009, blank. Ezra Shah, Getty Images. 9. This year's World Series moves from sweltering Los Angeles to Houston for Game 3 on Friday. The Astros caught up to the Dodgers in Game 2, in 11 rollicking innings that featured 8 home runs, a series first. Major League Baseball wants to put on a show, Astros pitcher Dallas Keuchel said. We crushed the home run record this year. Honestly, I think the balls are juiced, blank. Brooke Palmer, Lionsgate. 10. Finally, movie news. 2017 is horror's biggest year ever at the box office. The runaway success of It and Get Out led the way to the genre's $733 million in ticket sales. A new entry in the hit Saw franchise, Jigsaw Above, due out on Friday, should raise the total even further. Here are some canon classics, and newer horror flicks, streaming now. Have a great night. Your evening briefing is posted at 6 p.m. Eastern. And don't miss your morning briefing, posted weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, and your weekend briefing, posted at 6 a.m. Sundays. Want to catch up on past briefings? You can browse them here. If photographs appear out of order, please download the updated New York Times app from iTunes or Google Play. What did you like? What do you want to see here? Let us know at briefing@nytimes.com.